Hey, what's up guys? Yes, it's your main man JB, and in this video I'm going to show you how I'm making some garden furniture. I'm making a 3-meter long outdoor sofa out of pallet wood, and it's going right here where you can see this table and chairs. I'm getting rid of those and I'm having it right along this back wall, all 3 meters of it, so I'm really excited. And I've got some frames to make, and this is the prototype frame that I made in order to test out the size of the cushions and the height off the floor and the angle, that kind of thing. I did take some measurements. I did a small little drawing as you can see here. It's a little bit rough and ready, but it works really well. Now I do have the cushions already. I bought those first so I could build a frame around the cushions rather than just trying to build a frame and then trying to find cushions to match the frame. So the cushions sit exactly on here. They are 600 by 600 for the base, and then they're 600 by 400 or 450, something like that, for the upper section here. So they fit really nicely, but all it means I've got to do now is to make another 6 or 5. No, another 5. I've got to make another 5 of these. Now my final design for this outdoor sofa furniture will be to have a nice big chunky armrest on either end, and I'm also going to make some 600 square footrests type thing, which will have exactly the same size cushion as what you've got on here. Now look, basic structure of this. At the moment I'm just using different thicknesses of timber, because when you get this pallet wood it's not all the same thickness, and I'm not going through the hassle of putting it through a thicknesser. But what is important is that one side of this, for example this side, is all completely flush, so that is going to be one of my end pieces. And you'll see here I've also put 2 pieces of treated timber on the bottom, almost to act as feet, just because I didn't want that whole plank there on the floor, and it's probably more likely to do that if it's a whole plank rather than just 2 blocks. As you can see there, it's going to be a lot more stable, although once it's all been put together and people are sitting on it, it's just going to flatten anyway, isn't it? Let's face it. But yeah, basic construction. I made sure that this timber was sitting on a block here rather than screwed into the side, obviously for shear force reasons. So that's nice and strong there. I had to screw that into this side here just so I could get the length of this, but I have screwed it, and I've also reinforced it with a piece here, so that's not going anywhere there or there where the majority of the weight's going to be. Then I've screwed it up through here into this angled piece, and also down into this top piece, which are holding obviously these 2 pieces together, and this is all glued and screwed in here as well, so that really isn't going anywhere. So what I need to do now is to mimic this. Now I can't use the same thickness timber for every piece, so I'm going to be using this one as a template for all the others. So I'll keep this up on the bench here, and I'll kind of use this for measurements and angles and that kind of thing. Right, let's get on with it. So this is what I'm saying about using this as a template, because it's alright having all the measurements of everything, but I'm going to have to keep adjusting it, because this piece of pallet wood that I'm using for the base here is wider than that one, and this one isn't as wide as that one. They all are just very random. So this is not going to be the same size as the piece that I need for here. So by putting these in place and making sure they're flush there, all I need to do is to just measure that inside distance Now with all the newly cut bits of timber, I've sat them all on top of this one that I've already constructed, and it all fits exactly the same. All the edges around the outside all fit, so once I've screwed it together it will be exactly the same as the first one. So let's screw it up. Well, let's get a quick cup of tea first. Right, so there we go, that's number 2 finished. I've just got the small blocks, these little blocks to put on the bottom, but the second one is now finished. But the important thing is that when these are together, look exactly the same. You probably can't see it from there. Let me lift it up a bit. There we go. There's the first 2 done. Now it doesn't matter if they're a tiny bit out, because they're going to be spaced apart quite a lot. So you're not going to get it absolutely perfect. And then the pallet wood that's going on top, the thinner, wider stuff, again, that's not going to be straight, it's going to be slightly warped, but it doesn't matter at all, because once they're on there, the cushions are on there, yeah man, I'm going to be laying back and chilling out in the sun just in time for summer. Yeah, once all 6 are done, then we can start look at getting the pallet wood on top. So as you can see, I've got 2 more of these frames made up. I've still got 2 to do. But to give me a little bit of space in the workshop, get these out, I've started putting a little bit of the pallet wood on top. So right now I'm just using my framing square just to get a couple of these on, get it square, screw it up. Now I'm just about to finish the 5th frame. Not quite there, I've got 1 more to do after this one, but as you can see, it's almost there. I've just got the angled piece to put in here. So what I've done is I've made the easiest part of the frame, and by putting this top piece on and putting the angle here, and knowing exactly where this piece needs to go, I can literally lay it on top and just scribe a line, which makes things a little bit easier. You know, this thing really is solid, there's no way it's moving, and there's plenty of glue in there as well. So I'm absolutely more than happy with the stability and the integrity of it, that's for sure. So yeah, as I was saying already, this flush side is really important, because in part 2 of this video I'm going to be making some armrests. So there's going to be 3 parts. So the second part will be the armrests, and the third part will be making the footstools. I didn't want to try and cram it all in this one video. Yeah, what I'm doing here is literally just laying this down and putting this over the top of this, exactly where it needs to go, in line with those marks, and then what I'll do is just scribe a line and then I can cut it on the miter saw. Because I'm having to deal with some rather narrow timber, I mean this is perfectly good for the seating bit, so to speak, which is going to sit right here, obviously sitting on that block at the back. And rather than just having a screw right through here, which is doable, but it's just a bit of a pain, and it may still end up being a little bit wobbly. So what I'm going to do here, and I've done it in a couple of places, is just to put an extra block on here. So I'm actually screwing it to this rather than this, and it's still going to provide the same strength throughout the whole sofa frame, and you're not going to see it because this is all going to have pallet wood on top. So even though some of these frames do look a little bit rough and ready, and we're kind of putting bits and pieces, bits of timber here and there, actually you're not going to see it because it's all going to be well inside the whole framework. But the last one I did, as you saw, just had one side that was all flush, which is important. But at the end of the day, do what you've got to do to make the template, and it's all going to get covered up. I have just finished this last piece of frame. It's all done. I've done all of them now, so that's all 6. Last thing I've got to do is just put these feet on, which for some reason I can't explain, I'm not gluing, I'm just screwing. I'm wondering maybe in case I need to change them or adjust them or something like that. I know the frames aren't going to change, but I think I just want to keep these a bit more flexible, just take them off if I need to. So yeah, hence just screwing them on. There we go, just like that. There we go, feet on. So now all the frames are finished, I can start to fix them to the timber, see, fix all the pallet wood to the frames. And I did find though that the long length of pallet wood was just a little bit too short, which was a little bit annoying, so I had to cut them a lot shorter and had to add extra bits to the end. So as you can probably see, there are some long lengths and some short lengths. I was a little concerned with the strength of the frame, so I staggered the long with the short, so I didn't just have one piece of the sofa frame or one section just with short planks. I fixed another length of pallet wood to the front. This will give the first length of timber on the seat section more rigidity. I've just got to put some screws along the top there, and that will make that top section nice and solid when you initially sit down on the seat. I ran the plane along the top piece of timber to level it off, as this is going to become a shelf and somewhere to put my beard. By chamfering the edges of the board, this will reduce the risk of any splinters and also any splinters going into the cushions once they're on. And before this is finished, before I put the cushions on, I'm going to give the whole thing a sand. So as you can see, I did have to use some smaller pieces just to span across one or two of the frames, only because I only had a certain amount of the really long timber, but I did stagger it all to maintain the strength. As I was fixing the pallet wood to the frames, I left it hanging over the edge and then just cut the excess off with a saw, and this made it completely flush to the frame. Just a few more screws to go in. I think half the weight of this is of screws. I could have used brads to fix the slats, but by screwing them, it's made everything really tight and secure. Just planing the top edge so the timber is at the same angle as the back. Sitting down on the job, JB, that's what I like to see. Oh yes, and then we're giving it a sand. I've beveled the edges with the planer and now giving it a once over with a piece of 80 grit paper. Just want to make sure there's no rough bits. I'm not going to get it completely smooth, but just don't want to get any splinters. And then just a little bit of finishing off by hand to rub down those hard to reach areas. Right, there we go, the main construction, the main seating is now finished, and yeah, I've got a bit of a mess to sort out in the workshop here. I'm going to get this all tidied up and then I can get started on the footstools. So I do hope that you found this part of the video interesting and helpful, and as I've said already, there are going to be two more parts. The next one will be for the footstools, and then I'm going to do the armrests for the sofa or the outdoor seating, whatever you want to call it. So do be sure to come back and check those out, and also so you can see the finished product. If you've got any questions or comments, you know what to do. Stick those in the box below. I will do my best to answer them and answer any questions. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to go and sit on the sofa now.